Yeah, but welcome back. This is an exciting tournament as players got to choose their gods this time around. I'm really curious to see who chose what and how it ended up going for everyone.
Yeah, we should get to see more interesting matchups here as we get, gods in the previous tournament were pre-chosen, as in both players were in a ditto matchup. But now, in this tournament, we're allowing players to choose any of the gods. So we'll get to see some counterplay, maybe between gods, and it should be really interesting. Alrighty, we're kicking off Tournament 4 here with Josen 2019 versus Shay 49. Looks like we've got a classic grab moon conquest as the players rush to get their initial moons. For those who haven't played or are unfamiliar with production, the more moons you control, the faster you produce ships. So in the early game especially, it's important to have moons and gain control of all these. All the gray moons are initially neutral at the start, but as you go over with ships and conquer them, then your drones go out and start producing for you. So in pretty standard, we saw Josen actually just take over their first planet. And now is a good time if we hop over and look at blue. We notice Blues is playing as the god of defense, which gives them those planetary shields around their planets. And this is really powerful on defense, and it can make, a few turrets defending a base feel like a whole fleet at times. I know God of Defense is your favorite god, Steve.
Yeah,
why is that?
I really do enjoy it. It's I was making a joke in chat earlier because I said I can play offensively, and it's because I do like to move around a lot and I like to attack a lot, and knowing I have that shield allows me to not worry about defensive posture, so I don't leave a lot of ships on any planet. I usually move them en masse, so it's for me it's a way to know that I can move around but keep my defenses alive.
Yeah, and that is something, you think God of Defense, oh, it must be just good at turtling. But no, if you have more defenses around your planets, it allows you to play more offensively. And Shay here is playing God of Volatility, which is sort of specializes in, explosives and nukes. So we should see some nukes being produced automatically by Shay here, and also when one of Red's ships kills one of Blue's ships, there's a high chance that it causes an explosion. So very powerful against plumped up ships. And it looks like now these players are sparring over these side moons, as now their power radiuses start to overlap, which means the players can start fighting over the same bases. It looks like I'm just looking at the mini map. Around the mini map, those rings tell you how many ships both the players have. So it looks like since they're the same size, this match is fairly balanced right now. Could be interesting though when the swing starts. Looks like
yeah. I'm impressed with Shay's movement there, and he was able to catch up because it looked like 2 centimeter or Josen was off to an early quick start capturing planets while Shay was lagged a little behind, but now they're about even.
Yeah, I'm curious, as we're approaching the mid game here, and as both fleets start nearing their capacity, where's the big battle going to happen?
Yeah.
I see these torpedo planets are still.
One.
Yeah, it could be. It looks like Red fleet is actually at capacity right now, which is pretty bad. It's just if your fleet's at capacity, you can't produce any more troops, so you're effectively wasting production. So really, here we go. Looks like there might be a bait here.
Nice little gambit here.
Yeah. Which way is Red gonna go here? Because both players need another planet. So it's just a matter of where they go. We're an interesting standoff.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it looks like Red's going in, and I don't think Blue will have enough time to counter this planet takeover.
No, but it looks like he may take the other one. Oh, can Red counter? Interesting.
Oh, Red's going in to counter the nuke.
Oh, I don't think it's gonna work.
Oh, Red's suffering heavy casualties here. I wouldn't be doing that, especially now that defense already has that planet. It's even harder to take.
Interesting.
Yeah, Red lost a little more than I think they wanted, going after that shielded planet. But at least they both got an extra planet and are still matching each other in planet count.
Yeah.
And it looks like the first asteroids came out,
And
which will be a big deal. Who gets these?
yeah, Red took both initially, but it looks like Blue is taking his backs or taking theirs back. So it could be anybody's game here.
Oh, and it
Ooh.
looks like opportunistic. Blue team's coming in with the ships to harass this torpedo planet, but it looks like Red's got a defense
smart.
just in time.
That was smart, pulling them back.
Yeah, I really want to see these asteroids progress because I think I see Blues in the back, and then I think Red might.
Oh, it's going to be done first. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like they just traded asteroids. A common thing: 2 asteroids do spawn at the same time on opposite sides of the map. So sometimes, if the match is even enough, both players will just be like, "Hey, I'll let you get that other one if you let me get mine."
And Red has the ship advantage here. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, Blue just lost a few ships. I think taking that other torpedo planet. But luckily, as God of Defense, you can kind of still be good defensively, even if you have less ships. But we should see Red's making an attack here, and Blue's trying to defend. Oh, but the shield dropped before Blue was able to come in. And I think Blue knows that they can't contest this anymore.
Oh,
As God of Defense, you really want to be defending planets you control, not trying to retake your planets. Looks like Blue's setting up a forward army, consolidating their forces, which is a good idea here, as Red has done the same with their army. The real question is, where's Shay going next? He's holding the wormhole,
yeah.
trying to figure out. Oh, looks like an attack happening. Oh, and the defense.
Oh, that's gonna be a nice defense.
Sides.
Yeah, nice defense on that.
Yeah. Looks like Shay decided it wasn't worth it and backed off.
I don't know if I'd be pushing that though.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on going for the sun in this position? If you're Red here.
Oh, if I'm Red, I think I would. I think I push the advantage. If I'm Blue, I'm definitely turtling back. Oh, sorry. My fault there, everyone. Because Red has a good advantage, and I think that would secure the win. Blue definitely needs to turtle, though. They need to hold off.
Yeah, and I think, defense does have a lot of comeback potential here, because if Red...
Oh, no.
Oh, it looks
like we got a disconnect there. Oh, that's
hopefully,
bummer.
hopefully, Josen will reconnect soon. Not sure. Oh, looks like
Well,
we have a bot temporarily playing.
And they're going after asteroids. That could be a good thing for him when he comes back. If they come back. Or not. Yeah. Oof. That's tough. That's tough. I guess we'll follow Shay and see what they do.
Yeah, hopefully Shay knows that, Blue disconnected and is going to not play as aggressively right now. I think our Josen is coming back as fast as they can.
I hear asteroids popping.
Looks like Shay does not want Blue to get us, and looks like Blue might not be able to come back.
Yeah, I think that spells the end.
You never know. Blue might come back and mount the most insane defense of all time. But it is unfortunate when disconnects happen, whether it be, Wi-Fi issues or something else. So it's always unfortunate.
Not sure on this one. Shay
You know,
knows.
maybe the bot's holding its own. Who knows?
I keep a wide angle here just to track all this. See what Shay's up to. Yeah, that should be it. No? Okay.
All right. Looks like at this point, Shay's just playing with their food. Or maybe they were just waiting to have power at the home base. All right. Hopefully Shay will end this match, and we can get on to the first match of the semifinals. All right.
That is
And
it.
that was a close game. That
It was.
until, you know, it was slightly it was swinging in favor of red before blue disconnected, but it was still an impressive showing at the start of the match. It was very close.
Yeah, and I think could have been anybody's game. Like you said, defense has a comeback mechanic that works pretty well. You know, just because they have that shield, they can afford to be a little loosey-goosey, and they can play a little rough. So it could have gone either way, but disconnect was unfortunate.
Yeah. All right. We're quickly updating the bracket, but we've got. We'll try to queue up the next match, and we'll be back hopefully within a few minutes. Alrighty, we've got our first semifinals match here, where we've got Killgrave facing up against All. Let's get into it. All right, so on blue team, we have All here, conquesting their moons, and it looks like, you know, Killgrave on the other side's doing the same. Let's talk a bit about what gods these players are. So it looks like All is playing the god of production, which, Steve, do you want to talk a little bit about this pick?
Yeah, it's an interesting pick because your production rate is faster than the other gods. It's a good choice in this scenario. I think it gives you a good balance, especially against somebody like Conquest or Defense. So I think it's an interesting choice, and it kind of matches All's quick play from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, God of Production is the god you start with when you play the game. So many view it as, you know, the simple god, and, you know, people are usually. Oh, it's actually interesting here because I'm also noticing that Killgrave is also playing God of Production.
Right, I just noticed that too.
Yeah, usually we don't see a lot of God of Production because when most people unlock the other gods, they get excited about playing those. But it's good to see some God of Production representation out in the tournament. So we've got a ditto match here, so it should be a pretty straightforward match with a lot of ships and a lot of good fights.
Yeah, and I kind of expected this from All, but I didn't expect it from Killgrave. So it'll be definitely interesting to see how they do in the mirror match.
Yeah, and it looks like in terms of planets, All has taken 3 other planets, and while Killgrave just took their second. So All is slightly in the head in terms of planets, but it looks like Killgrave has more ships right now. So it's an interesting balance of how do you spend your initial fleet? Do you try to save troops, or do you just go in and try to get as many planets as you can quickly? It looks like actually some insanely fast conquesting with the wormholes here from Killgrave. Most players just run around with ships in their hand, but it was nice to see some wormholes being used for the initial conquest.
Yeah, I like the mix of the grab and go, and then kind of the wormhole in it. I think it depends on what point of the game you're in too. So we'll probably see some bouncing around.
If you're only trying to move a few ships, you know, then it's easy to grab them up and move them to the next location. But, you know, when you're moving an army of 10 or more, it gets a little more tedious to grab them all. And it looks like both players are zooming around, conquesting as many moons as they can. And I think this is a good strategy just running around with your amassed army, getting moons, and then eventually getting a planet. And it looks like Red doesn't even bother fighting there, and is going to let all take that planet. I'm really liking the diversity in playstyle we've seen. This match we've seen a ton of moon play and a ton of wormholing. This is really, really interesting. And it looks like I'm almost stunned just how fast the control is switching between, all these planets. The players are playing so fast.
Yeah, planets are definitely coming and going.
Yeah,
they're switching hands very fast.
Yeah, it looks like maybe all is starting to pull ahead, at least in terms of, both ship count and fleet capacity, which is determined by number of planets controlled.
And they want this new planet. They've taken back at least twice that I've seen.
Yeah, looks like they're placing high value on that central planet. Nukes are good, and the nuke planet is good just for the fact that it produces nukes. But Steve, why is a central planet important to hold?
Yeah, for me, I think it's great because of your power. You need to know where your power limit is, how far you can go, and it creates a centralized location to launch attacks. Like I said, I like to consolidate my forces, and especially if I'm playing God of Defense. So a planet right there gives me a good foothold into the enemy's territories.
Yeah, and each planet projects power all around it. So if you have a planet towards the center of the solar system, it really reaches a lot of that inner planet ring, and a lot of the central ring. And it looks like I see the first asteroids came out.
Yep.
The player's still scrambling for control of these moons and planets. If one player gets both of these asteroids, that will be huge. But it looks like right now Red has one and Blue has the other.
What I love is all the cat and mouse here. There's been no standalone battle. They attack, they move, they attack, they move. I haven't seen this style of play by any player yet. So this is really interesting to see two players that kind of have a similar play style like this.
Yeah. It's like there's been no huge battles. It's just run in and blast away and then move on.
Yeah, it's been tough trying to follow them there. Hopefully I'm not making everyone dizzy.
Yeah, it is. Oh, there's a little fight at that asteroid now. As soon as Red moved their troops away, Blue's coming in, and then Blue's already on to the next.
Yeah. Oh, we may see a push. Nope. All right, just a feint. Nice.
Yeah, I think all could make a lethal attack here, though, if they wanted to play aggressive. So it's just like, I think, look at on the minimap how many moons Blue's controlling. All those little dots scattered around the map, those are all blue moons. And this is, I think, why Blue has the troop advantage, right? Because they've been able to just keep their production high this whole match, and they're both playing a similar playstyle, but all is just has more moons, so is pulling ahead.
Yeah.
Over time.
Well, what's funny is when we were watching the bracket and we were watching all come up through the rounds, we were wondering why. Oh, there it is. This is a smart play right there.
Has lost control of their home base.
We'll see what Killgrave can do on defense here. What I like to do is.
Okay.
Doesn't even want to hold the home base, or maybe it's just leaving 10 troops behind to defend it. But it looks like Killgrave, there was a fight out in the ring, and it's not looking too good.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
All has just defeated Killgrave in the first round of the semifinals. That was a great match and very new and refreshing playstyles.
Yeah, terrific job.
Awesome. That was great to see. We just wanted to, open the stream up and get a little conversation going here. So I think it's going to be really interesting, right? So Panda is has won the last 3 tournaments, and but Panda was saying they're a little out of practice. And I've seen a lot of these players, these other players, have been really practicing for the tournament. And so, Steve, do you think we're going to see an upset in this tournament?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting question because Panda has been the reigning champion, but we're seeing a lot of different play styles and a lot of different gods. So without the mirror match, does Panda still have the advantage? That's going to be the question here going forward, and I think we're going to have some great matches rounding out this tournament. But I can't predict who's going to win yet.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's even hard to predict, this semifinals match with Panda going against Shay, both great players, of course, and, even if Panda does win this match, I know Panda's playstyle is very different from All's, who we just saw last game. Remember, All was running around with the wormholes, super fast playstyle using the God of Production, and just constantly taking planets and taking the moons. But usually I think, Panda's a bit of a, not a slower player, but, just a bit more methodical, I think.
Yeah.
And, tends to take it very opportunistic play, and Panda, will take advantage of fights that, coming in to counter a planet, or, just basically, holding an army and just, playing kind of methodically. So it'll be really interesting to see those two players face off if that ends up happening.
Yeah, even Shay, this match we're about to launch right here with Shay and Panda. Shay looks like they're playing very fast and different compared to what we've seen so far. So I'm excited to see this too. I think we're gonna have some good matches in and out this tournament.
Yeah, and I go on, Steve.
I was just gonna say the players started it, so we are rolling.
Oh, let me go and look at this. All right. Oh, I was not aware. Okay, so it looks like
they jumped in.
Yeah, a little classic moon conquest. Both players running around with ships in their hand, just getting those neutral moons, trying not to lose ships in the process.
Yeah, I think they're a little more aggressive than I was playing. When I was checking out the tournament map this time around, I think I gathered 11 moons to start before I ran into my first planet. And it looks like they're definitely taking more. So you can see the aggression by all these players.
Yep, and it looks like Shay takes their first planet. Looks like Panda hasn't done it, but it's doing it right now. Or actually, they haven't.
Interesting.
But we're actually seeing the God of Stealth here coming out from Panda, which is why we're in the same position as Shay right here. We actually don't know how big Panda's army is. Of course, we can look at the mini-map, but we don't know where their forces are centralized as much. And there we go, some ships popping in, and we can't even read the numbers on the bases, so this should be really interesting. What god is Shay playing?
Shay?
We're just looking at the emblem above there.
There we go.
Volatility?
Volatility, yes.
Yeah, so hopefully, Volatility is really powerful with the splash damage against clusters of enemy ships, so we'll see how Panda plays around that. Because, if you attack into a Volatility army with a wormhole, you will kind of get punished for it.
Yeah, and especially, that might give them a good advantage against Panda with stealth here, so this is going to be a good one. Yeah, I think we'll get more and more diverse tournaments as now that we've unlocked the gods for tournament play. Yeah, we should start seeing a lot more interactive battles and a lot more, rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. So, and for those confused or that don't know about how the invisible stealth ships work, is basically once a ship is out of combat, it will turn invisible, which invisible ships can only be shot at in a few cases, I think, by laser ships. But basically, invisible ships become visible again once they shoot, and they're a bit more powerful when they're invisible and a bit more elusive. And of course, also there's the trickery element of the other player cannot see how many ships, and presumably Panda's running around with some forces in its hand, but we can only see a couple. And there we go. There's the army. Yeah.
But you got to see him. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, do you want to, even though Panda is the god of stealth, we still get to know the total fleet troop count by looking at the minimap, and I can see that blue has a lot less ships than red right now.
Yeah, and I think we got to see earlier the power of volatility. You saw that nuke chasing Panda around, and you just can't get away from it either. Once it latches on, it can be deadly. So you really have to maneuver and put those ships into combat.
Are brilliant. They actually, for those of you who don't know, they actually do have a lifetime of 20 seconds. So technically, you can outrun it. But the thing is, at that point, you're just wasting 20 seconds, you know, just to save a couple ships. So,
and that time is so important, yeah.
Yeah, I think usually what I do is it always feels bad to let the nukes get you, but
Yeah.
I always just I try to do as much as I can with my troops before the nuke catches up.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, I throw mine into battle, so at least this way I've got a little bit of action. I can get rid of them. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it looks like I'm looking at you know, Panda has less ships right now, but I'm also looking at the moon situation. It looks like Panda's actually got a lot of them right now.
Yeah, I was laughing to myself there because Panda's playing stealth, kind of like Conquest here. Very focused on the moons, very focused on spreading around, and you know, Shay is definitely not being aware of the moons being taken at this moment.
Yeah, and we'll see if that comes back to bite Red Team. You know, I mean, just going after moons is just good strategy. You know, and you don't have to be God of Conquest to go for the moons.
That's right, and it looks like our asteroids are up, and each player has one.
Yeah, we'll see if I'm Shay here. I think I'd try to contest Blue's asteroid.
Yeah, it's a smart choice. Or we're close enough. I almost wonder. I don't know. I wonder if we're close enough to a planetary attack there. Or Shay is definitely. Ooh, that was probably a bad battle there.
But now it was starting to. Blue is really coming back in ship count. You know, we're seeing these battles happening at the asteroids, and I think Panda's trying to get both asteroids, and this is the one that Red originally had. But now, if we watch that asteroid, we might see Blue take it here, and this will be huge here if Blue gets both the asteroids. And I see in the background, it's hard to see, but I saw that flash was Blue got both the elite reinforcements.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
And what this means is now Blue has a real ship advantage. And we'll see what they do with that, whether they just rush or, you know, maybe they play for the sun, or maybe they just starve out and play slow. But yeah, those battleships, and that's it. Look at that was the entire Red fleet there that just got wiped out.
And then, of course, Panda's going to go in for the sun.
Yeah.
Signature move.
Yeah, so really solidifying it.
You know what's really curious is I don't think Shay noticed the moons. I don't think they noticed the lack of production. And at that point, with that battle, Panda was able to change the course of the battle, had the production from the moons, and it was all forward now.
Yeah, and you know, it's hard. It's scary when you're facing a stealth player. You know, I don't know how many troops are at that sun, but I know all of them are coming for the home base.
Yep, that's it. Let's go take a look.
Let's watch this invasion here. Oh, yep, the buffed stealth ships coming in to absolutely massacre.
And that is it.
And no timer, it was just an instant victory.
Interesting match. I thought that was up for grabs until that one battle. That one battle changed the whole game.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying, Panda. You know, sometimes even when Panda's behind, you know, you just make an opportunistic, you take a good battle and it can just totally swing the match.
Yeah, great. Oh.
Yeah. And I was worried for Panda in the start of the match because I saw that ship difference. And I saw that Panda was behind on troops by a significant amount, but it was really just that battle. And then the moon control, just having all those moons, you know, just built Panda back into the game.
Yeah, that was it. And that's what I do like the idea of mixing and matching gods. So you can see how a player who really likes Conquest can use that kind of Conquest style with a different god power and really take advantage. You're not gaining moons or gaining ships with every Conquest, but that mentality of holding those moons, going after, being aggressive, even with stealth where you might be focused on trickery, can really buff your play and, you know, open things up to where you might have been counted out.
Yeah, and we're gonna get the bronze match going here. You know, we have Panda versus all in the finals, but we have to do the bronze match first. All right, change of plans. We've got the finals up instead, where we've got Panda versus all. We're gonna just give them some time to pick their gods. That way we don't want to deny people a choice of gods, so we'll give it a little bit here. But what are we expecting to see in this match, Steve?
Oh, so this should be a speed match. I'm expecting lots of speed. We already know that Panda moves fast with his grab and go, but we've seen all use a combination of grab and go and wormholes. So I think we're going to see a lot of movement and a lot of changing hands. I don't know if Panda's ready for All's kind of like,
Very chaotic and fast play style, right?
Exactly. I don't even know how to call that. Kind of like a hit and run tactics. So it's going to be interesting. But looks like.
Do you want to just quickly look at these players and see if they have gods selected?
Yeah, it looks like unfortunately I'm has.
All right, here we go.
Well, we'll see.
All right, so here are the finals for the 4th tournament, where we've got Panda on blue team, our reigning champion, versus All on the red team.
I kind of want to leave us pulled out a little bit just to see how fast these players move around the map.
Yeah, that's a good decision.
Look at this. Okay, so see, All incorporates that grab and go in the beginning, but then they start to really.
Oh. I noticed something very interesting about Panda's god here.
Ooh, what?
It is not the same as it was last round.
Defense, yeah, good call.
And I think that's a really smart move against All here, because I think defense will really shut down the playstyle that All was using, where All was just running around between all of the enemy's planets and just like getting them all, Yeah. But I think All is going to really run into a lot of resistance with those God of Defense planets.
Yeah, All changed it up here too. No longer God of Production. We've got God of Stealth.
Yeah. So this is an interesting match, and these are, in my mind, I think these two gods might be the strongest right now. But the real question is, I actually don't know which is better against in a match of defense versus stealth. I don't know who has the advantage.
I don't think I've played those two enough. That matchup. I don't think I've played a stealth player enough times, or at least a good stealth player, to really know. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. But one of my favorite things here is that both of the players recognized that they needed to change it up. So knowing multiple gods, knowing when to play the gods, and kind of being able to mix it up on the fly is definitely going to give them a huge benefit in tournaments and ranked when it comes.
Yeah, and we're already seeing the All signature playstyle of just wormholing around with the army, right? So, but so far I haven't seen All go in for any of those planets, which is to be expected. Those 10 turrets with a planetary shield is no joke.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing Panda do a big counter, so this is definitely going to be interesting.
Look at the ship count again. Similar to last game when we saw Panda. Panda in the beginning didn't have the highest ship count.
Yeah.
And
let's see if they.
Last time Panda was able to come back into the game just by first just getting moons to that boost in production, and then also just having a really well thought battle, with a big battle that just swung the tides of the match.
Yeah, I'm really questioning. I don't know if Panda will be able to steal these moons like they did before. Yeah, All is very on top of it.
Yeah, so proactive with the moons. Like, look at the minimap. We see all those red dots. Most of those are moons.
Yeah.
And it looks like All's definitely got, I'd say, more than half the moons. Maybe 60, almost 70% of the moons. So it's
And look at how fast they are countering. Very great, very, very good map awareness, and that is so important. I think people forget about that. Being aware of what's going on, what your enemy player is doing is very difficult task to master.
That's for sure, and All's just applying the pressure here. Look at these wormhole chains just zigzagging all around, gathering those troops that are being produced at all those planets, and then just snowballing around. All those moons, and Panda playing with such a troop deficit here, really struggling to retake these moons.
Ooh, an in and out power. I don't think they noticed. That was a close one.
Yeah, it looks like All's finally has enough troop advantage just to start crushing these planets. But interesting, not really defending them. Panda's coming back and just retaking these planets, but it's really interesting to see. And while planets do increase your production slightly, it's really about moons. So, as I'm Panda here, I wouldn't really be focusing as much on planets, I think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's hard to turn down a planet that's just undefended.
True. I think we could start seeing a push by all though here. This is.
Yeah, all doesn't actually have power.
Look at that.
I think they do have power.
It's gonna be close. I think one more planet, maybe.
Oh, the asteroids are coming out. We see all going up for that, and straight to the home base.
Oh shoot! What a not even wasting time. This is a smart play. This might be it. I don't think there's a way to come back for this one.
As God of Defense, you want to be defending. As I've been saying, you want to be defending your planet, not trying to take it back, right? And so, I think Panda's in a really tough spot here. Even though Panda's trying to get these asteroids, but it's just not going to be enough. There's so many
enough
missiles
time
and torpedoes and shields just holding down the home base, and it looks like we're about to have our first upset.
Oh wow, there it is. Wow, what an upset. All is on fire today, I will tell you.
Yeah, all cannot be stopped. That wormhole, super fast wormhole strategy.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Like I said, when we saw them coming up through the bracket, I was like, what is going on? All of their games were much quicker than the other games by like 4 or 5 minutes, which that's a long time. So when we were seeing this, I was thinking it might be their time. That was a good game.
Yeah, that was a great showing by all, and hopefully in the next tournaments we'll see who's, as these players. Panda said themselves, that's what no practice gets you.
Yeah.
Is that banter, or is Panda gonna practice and then bring back the crown in the next tournament? We'll see.
Yeah. And also, don't count out Speedy God. Speedy God couldn't come in, so we didn't see Big Sigma, who is a solid number 2, number 3 player right there in the tournament so far. So I think we might start to see some really good 1, 2, 3 placements going forward.
Yeah, that was. I love to see new players taking the top spot, and as much as Panda, your reign has maybe ended. The 3 winning streak. I was kind of rooting for the underdog. No doubt that Panda is still, if one of the best players, if not the best, second best. Hard to say, but both are amazing players, and so it was a great showing here.
Yeah, I think one of the things I'm most excited about is this creates a next level. This is the gauntlet being thrown down to Panda. Can you take it to the next level, or is this going to be a dogfight every single tournament? So this is going to be really interesting going forward.
Yeah, and I'm also curious, other players which maybe are watching this tournament now and learning a lot from these players. We're seeing new play styles each tournament, and as more variables are introduced, like being able to choose your god, it's a lot more upset potential, and a lot it should be we should see some real good fights for the top seats in the next couple tournaments.
All right, let's see if we can get that bronze match going.
Yeah, we still got the bronze match. All right, welcome back, guys. Sorry for the delay. We've got the bronze match happening right now, where we've got Killgrave going against Shay 49, and this is for number 3 in Tournament 4. So we'll give these players a moment to choose their gods, and then we'll get this match underway. Steve, if you want to pan back at our players, just we'll see if they've chosen something.
Okay, that's chosen.
For shit.
Oh, we gotta hold on. I gotta. Not yet. 2 centimeter.
Looks like these players are almost ready. I don't know if they want to do volatility mirror match, but I'm assuming that that's what they chose. So
okay,
seems like they're ready.
All right, volatility, interesting. All right, let's do it.
Yep, let's run it. Alrighty, this kicks off our bronze match for Tournament 4. Be the final match of today. Let's make it a good one. All right, Looks like Killgrave going around conquesting. You know, something I notice here is Killgrave is going around with just a laser ship, and they just lost it there. And what I was gonna say is I usually like to have at least a shield with me when I'm going around. That way I don't lose many. I don't. You know, it sucks to lose ships to those moon turrets. And technically, you can. You know, if you just have a laser ship, you can play it smart by doing good micromanaging, but it's easier just to have a shield.
Yeah, and Shay may have got off to a good start with that shield. You got their first planet.
And we'll see, you know, Killgrave is a little slower to taking that first planet. They still haven't gotten it yet. So I'm curious, you know, if it was, you know, if they just did lose too many troops initially. It looks like an unsuccessful attack at the point defense planet there.
And that is unlucky.
I'd really be trying to get that nearby planet before I go to point defense, but maybe we're seeing some new strategies coming out here. But I think Killgrave will take this planet, though fighting the missiles against point defense is a little harder. And it looks like now Shay, you know, is about to take the equivalent planet on their side. But the difference is Shay's already had that production planet right next to the home base.
Which is the way I like to do it. I like to take that production planet first and then move on to the point defense planet.
Yeah, me too. It's a sort of standard way to do it, but, you know, unconventional play from Killgrave. And I noticed, you know, Killgrave did actually take that side planet, that production planet on the edge outskirts of the map. So their fleet capacity is looking pretty good compared to Blue's. Oh, and the nukes coming in. You gotta be careful if you provoke those neutral nukes. You know, they're gonna hunt you down.
Oh, we're not waiting for power. It's not good.
Yeah. It seems like both those players don't have power at that moon, but here we go. Now the power has connected.
Interesting. I don't know about that one. Yeah.
Oh, the first torpedo planet is taken.
Smart.
Yeah, we'll see if Shay takes this opportunity to take their torpedo planet, or, you know, am I going to go fight Red and for their torpedo planet?
Oh, I didn't notice. It looks like Killgrave traded to production. Got a production. The very end there. Yeah. So we might see. It's not the mirror match, so we won't see as many nukes out there.
That is true. That is true. It looks like Shay's deciding to finally take that torpedo planet, or maybe not committing fully yet.
Oh, Killgrave might come in for a little harassment.
Yep, a little counterplay here. As I'm Killgrave here, I noticed that wormhole is literally feeding troops from the home base to this random moon, which is just being shelled by the neutral torpedoes. So,
oh my gosh.
I don't know if that's the smartest wormhole chain here of all time.
That is going to be painful right there.
That's finally removed, and I don't know how much of that contributed to the difference in ships here, but looks like Shay's in the lead here right now.
You know, that's another thing, like we were talking about earlier, is, you know, managing where the enemy is. Also, manage your wormhole placement, making sure you are aware of where every wormhole is and where it goes, and not leaving anything open.
Yeah, and it looks like an exchange happened between the players, and I don't know who came out on top of that. It looks like, you know, Shay's still ahead in numbers, but it might have been a Pyrrhic victory there. Oh, and it looks like Killgrave's moving in for some of those undefended planets. And I'm a big believer in point defense, but it looks like it was successfully defended, and that's not looking good for Killgrave now. As we see, you know, looking at the mini-map, Blue's got a lot more ships.
Yep.
And the first asteroids have came out. If I'm Blue, I'm trying to get both.
Yeah, and I think it's a smart play, and I think it's doable right now. Oh, he may not.
It definitely is. It definitely is doable. Sometimes, though, you get complacent. You know, you see your one asteroid, and you're like, oh, that's enough for me. But if you're winning as much as Shay is right now, you know, you gotta go in and just take both. Really secure the lead.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're doing exactly that, trying to just snipe at the last second. I wonder though. It looks like they might not actually have power. Blue might not have power at this asteroid, and we'll see the actual. Oh, red gets it at the last second.
Oh, I think. Yeah, but blue managed to take the other asteroid, so it was a nice trade-off there.
Yeah, and of course, both players did get an asteroid, but Shay's still in the lead.
They're moving around much quicker as the game progressed.
Yeah, maybe warming up a little bit. They did take a little bit of a break, and it looks like Shay's got a big consolidated force, about 80 ships, I think, here. Yeah.
Oh, but wait, there's going to be a counterplay. No. Killgrave looks like they're abandoning it.
Killgrave, I think, just took that planet, no? It looks like it doesn't matter because Shay's coming back. And we'll see if Shay decides to go in for the home base here. I don't know what Blue's power looks like, but I think Blue...
Let's take a look. Ooh, they're close.
Yeah, close to the home base. It would be slightly risky. You wouldn't want to get your power cut off, right? As you go for an all-out attack. That would be rough. Looks like Killgrave's on the run at this point. Trying to get whatever is left of their army.
Yeah, and this will secure power.
Yeah, and if you watched the last tournament, Tournament 3, in the finals, there was a great moment in which Panda cut off the power as Panda's opponent was attacking Panda's home base. Panda cut off power so that the entire opponent's fleet just became defenseless at Panda's home base, and it was a huge swing. So, potentially, if I'm Killgrave, I might be thinking about that. Yeah. I'm wondering, can I maybe cut off power and pull up an insane play?
Oh, and looks like that's what they're doing. Looks like they might be managing that power.
Yeah, and I think they're keeping Blue at bay. I noticed the minimap displays the power, and now Blue really doesn't have power anywhere close to Red's home base. So
no, this could be interesting. Looks like somebody did their homework.
Yeah, and it looks like I'm looking at the minimap and I'm looking at the moons, and it seems like Killgrave still might have a moon advantage, which is what you're looking for here. When you're behind, you gotta have the moon advantage if you want to come back, unless something insane happens. And it looks like still
okay, there you go.
Defense here.
Yeah, Shay putting up a smart wormhole triangle there to kind of rally, but I don't know.
Looks like there's an endless loop here. Yeah. It's kind of a little dangerous. It looks like a little bit of
Can they switch that? Oh, that might be it.
I don't know if the power reaches. But the asteroids here. You can't.
Eventually,
you're just gonna get starved out if you. But it looks like Killgrave's taking advantage of these opportunities where Shay is distracted to just get some easy bases here.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh,
Killgrave making a smart play though. Lost the asteroid, but it's taking back the planets. I don't know.
It's funny, Killgrave's really just holding Shay at bay here by just not allowing this. I mean, once this torpedo planet gets its power drones deployed,
this should be
definitely going to be in range.
Shay's going to have to manage this.
Oh, but still cutting off denying the power.
But see, Shay's going for that second asteroid to secure that. I think once that's done.
If we're being honest, so it's looking a little tough to come back from it if we're looking at the mini map here and we're noticing the ship imbalance between these two players.
But it's definitely a smart play by Killgrave.
Yeah, Killgrave is playing this the best they can. But here we go.
I don't know if he. Do they have power?
It definitely has power.
Okay.
Here.
There it is. Whew, what a good match.
Yeah. Players are high-fiving here. And with this, while it's not official yet, as there are 22 seconds remaining in this match, it looks like Shay will be taking the number 3 spot in this tournament, which means our top 3 players are all in first place, Panda in second place, and Shay 49 in third place. Of course, in game there is the top 10 leaderboard, and all of these players will get to wear the special ranked crowns until the next tournament. So look for that in game. If you see players with the special crowns, it means they are ranked top 10 in the world at the moment.
Yeah, what a
So
fantastic tournament.
Yeah, really great tournament. And I'm really excited to see, you know, we're thinking about ideas of doing running some 2v2 tournaments, and we'll, you know, just mixing these tournaments up. And I think that allowing players to choose their gods here was a really good choice, and it was definitely led to some really interesting variations. But if you are primarily a team player, then I think, you know, we're going to do a team tournament. And it's going to be an opportunity for you to come out with your friend, probably 2v2, and have some good team matches, and that should be really interesting to watch, as there are a lot of dynamics and plays that become possible when you have two players on a team.
Yeah. One of the things that I think the game really lends itself to is team play. So I think it'll be really nice to see the dynamic or the differences between 1v1 versus a 2v2, because we've got a lot of good teams on here. And yeah, I think going forward, it'll be nice to highlight those players that play better in doubles.
Yeah, it'll be really great. So stay tuned, guys, and we'll catch you next tournament.
Yeah, thanks for watching.